Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna and I'm a 5th year 3rd grade teacher in North Carolina. Today is my squeaky chair. It is election day, so we have a work day. I hope you all went and voted. I participated in early voting a few days ago. I'm having a grading party and I just want this to be like a good old-fashioned work day. If you've been here since the beginning, or if you go back, I don't know if I still have these videos up. I took some down, but work days were like my pride and joy. I love having time in my classroom to clean, or I used to. So, and get organized, like that's my favorite thing to do. So right now I have a lot of grading to do, just from things that my kids completed on their remote Wednesday. I think someone's playing Christmas music because it's November, so why not? I am wearing my Teach sweatshirt from Teach Create Motivate. The heat is coming on. I have a chicken biscuit from McDonald's and a Dr. Pepper and a coffee because we're gonna get started. And I have a new student coming tomorrow. The rule was supposed to be they're allowed to switch over from online only to in class every quarter. I guess the rules don't always apply, but whatever. So I have to figure out how to, that's why my desks are all jumbled up back there. I gotta fix that, gotta prepare for him. At least it's a boy, because we were getting pretty girl heavy. So there's that. I also made my number tags. These are in my TPT store. I'll link them down below, but I just put extra copies in there. These are all of the extras that we've gotten throughout the year. Whenever a kid is missing something, I can just quickly come over here, make a copy, or grab it if I have extras. I will need to go through this today, and I also want to go through this drawer because it is full, put things back in my files. So there's a lot to do. I'm gonna get busy and I will check in a little bit because we also have professional development at 9 a.m. So, woohoo! A lot of changes have happened. It's 3:42, so I did not pick up the camera all day because when I'm at work, I like to work. So let me show you first what I'm doing right now. This is my crate for my future plans, because we plan so far ahead and we have our copies run. So I wanted a place to put them. So I have 3 weeks worth of files here to store them in if I need to. I wasn't about to mess with those clear tab things that go on top of these. So I just grabbed some note cards, and my assistant actually folded them in half and then just simply wrote Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on them. And then I'm just taking double-sided tape and I'm putting a strip here, and then I am just closing it around the front of the file. Now the tabs really stand out. They're fun and colorful, and it's so much more easily accessible. I have the plans for next week printed, and I keep them in the front here, and then all of my copies, math, reading, writing, and we are going into science, are all sorted in these sections. So that's awesome. I'm gonna stick this last one on, and then this stack here is all future copies. I don't know if I'm gonna file it all out today, but when it's not filed, I just simply pull these up and set it in the bin and leave it in a stack. Changes have been made. And yes, I know that looks so busy. I'm taking that down and putting a different pocket chart there to hold my vocab cards, but a lot has changed. I'll explain in a moment. Okay, so this desk right here is my old desk that was originally in my classroom for the past few years. We do have these desks in here because our projector needs to sit on them. Our projector, unfortunately, the ceilings are not strong enough to hold them. So our projectors have to sit on our desk, which is why I have to have a desk at the front of the room, but also it's helpful for my document camera, so I don't mind it. I do not love teaching sitting down. I wish, and I know there's like an app on the iPad where I can like teach from my iPad and walk around and it'll show up on the board, but I haven't been that fancy yet. So anyway, I took out the big table that was in here because, as you can see, I moved my desks much closer. I used to have bookshelves here, and the reason I had those bookshelves up front was to hide all of my cords. But the great thing about this desk is it has that built in. And we think they originally took these out because they thought they were big and bulky, and the table they left in here was actually a lot bigger than this one. The other third grade teachers brought these tables back a long time ago, but I was very happy with my setup until I needed to rearrange my room because I have added another row in the back. I've pushed my desks forward. These kids are still a decent amount away from me, and they have their masks on along with myself. So that's minimal social distancing, which is what is required in North Carolina. I did peel up every single piece of tape. Most of it was old anyway and needed to be replaced. So I redid all of my tape lines, and I now have 20 desks in here because I have 20 students. A new student should be starting tomorrow, I believe. So I moved these bookshelves just back here, which actually works out perfectly. I'm going to change this because that's chaos. I need to start making anchor charts. I've been so bad about that this year. And then I just pushed this stuff down, so the little bench is not centered anymore, but I mean, it's fine. The kids do not use this stuff. However, it does bring the classroom to life, so I didn't want to take it away and make the classroom dull and boring. I do need to fix this corner, which is something I wanted to do today, but I did not get to, so we will see. But I've prepped my kids' vocabulary for tomorrow. They're gonna start it. I Clorox wiped every single desk, and I went around and I twisted the feet because some of them were a little bit wobbly. So all of that is fixed and done. My new student, making them number 2 because my original number 2 left, and I'd rather make use of this cubby than use a completely new one. Now, luckily this child is coming from online learning, so they should have all of their books. If not, I will have to get some. I set up a new little manipulatives container. I don't think, these are not Target Dollar Spot erasers, but these were extras that I had, and we use these for making arrays, for equal groups. We have something coming up that we're going to be using them for. I can't think of it at the moment, but every one of my kids has one of these. So I set that up, and then I have these for the students' colored pencils, just so it's not in that paper box that falls apart. So that actually worked out well that I had this space, because my cubbies, 20 stops here, and then these are full of storage bins and wipes. I have wanted to take the time to go through all this stuff on these work days, but there's always something else to do. So I prepped all of that stuff for my new student, and I'm going to check in on my plans now so that I can either print them and sort this stuff. I did a ton of grading today. I still have the pumpkin text feature book that my kids did at home on their remote day. And luckily they had it because our hurricane day last week, a lot of them didn't have internet access, so they were able to work on that. That's the last thing that I need to grade. I set up rhyme slides, which I'll show you tomorrow. I've done it in the past. It's like a table with ketchup, mayo, mustard, and ketchup, mustard, mayo. And I wish I need to change the last one to be pickles. I forgot about that. But mayo is may do, mustard is must do, and then ketchup is obviously their ketchup work. So that is what my kids usually do during their rhyme time, which is the intervention time when we're doing makeup work, we're doing extension activities. I post videos on there for skills that the kids are struggling with. That way they can get some extra practice independently, but it's differentiated for them. And so I need to actually go through their morning work and add more stuff to that, but there is quite a lot on there right now. We'll just start simple for tomorrow. I have a lot of like may do activities listed for the kiddos who are done with everything. That's just so they can go there when they don't know what to do next. And that will limit them coming to bother me while I'm working at my table with a small group. I'm gonna organize my plans, clear off my desk before I leave today, and then see if there's anything else I can get done. All right, so I have 3 weeks all the way through Thanksgiving of plans prepped and sorted by days of the week. So that feels very good to have that organized. My current week of plans sits over here, and then on Friday, I will take the first week at the front and then transfer all of this stuff over there. And then I will move these files to the back so that they're ready for the next set of copies that we make. And then I just stand the plans up. Our plans right now we've done on a Google Doc. I am moving them over to PlanBook, which we've done in the past, but for remote learning, it was easier for us to keep it on a Google Doc because our schedule really wasn't as consistent. It was just wacky. So a Google Doc was simpler. So I just print it from there just to help me organize the copies. And then I typically move the plans over to PlanBook and print that just for myself. So I'm going to store this bin in the back over there and then start clearing off my desk here. So I went ahead and I taped these big array cards around the room. These are arrays in real life from Magic of Math. I'll link them down below, or I'll link the bundle down below. I've showed these before. We never got around to using them. Now, we've been working with fact families, and to incorporate this, instead of using the recording sheet that goes with it, I have this haunted house, which we didn't get to either. Now, the haunted house has fact families for 10 different sets of numbers, and there are 10 different array cards. So I'm just going to have my kids record their answers on this sheet instead so that I can use both of these resources. And as a center tomorrow, when they are done with their math work, they're going to come over to this drawer. I'm going to have the drawer open. That way they can just take their own recording sheet and they are going to write, obviously, the first multiplication equation they see with that array, and then they're going to continue the fact family and write all of the related facts for each one. So I'm going to have them change the numbers to the letter on the card. And then I can use both of those resources, which is awesome. Finally, because it's been sitting literally on this table forever, I also have this multiplication facts thing that I'm going to have my kids put in the back of their pink folder. It's just all their facts, a good resource to always have. And then I never passed out this context clues anchor chart to my A kids. So I'm gonna get that passed out. I have the kids' morning work, whoever I need to go over it with tomorrow. I have all their math tests and different assessments that kids need to make up or finish during rhyme time. So I kind of wish, I think I wanna change the copy drawer to a rhyme drawer, the grade, because I never really use that because if I have to make a copy of something, I go and do it. The grade drawer, I keep all of my answer keys. The file drawer is everything that needs to be put back into my files, which is a ton of stuff. So hopefully I will be motivated to get here early tomorrow and work on that because that needs to be done. But my desk is getting clear. I have my grade book and some of their reading scores on there. So everything is coming together. I put that pink bucket over here. I have these 2 trays. Last year I had my kids turn in their pink folders. Obviously I haven't done that with COVID this year. I'm just gonna keep them there, and I don't know if I'll use them for something, but I also brought out my yellow bin. I don't know what happened to my pink bin. I had a turn-in bin here. I mean, I had a pink turn-in bin. I'll have to look for it, but I just like the yellow one better than a black one because this stands out and it's so much easier for the kids to see. So I put that there because they're always making piles on my desk, so that is easier. Also, I have some graded work in here that I either need to analyze or just want to go over with the kids. So I'm just holding it here for now, and I just put the one that has a 100 on the top because if someone sees it, that's okay. I printed these. I got this idea from Kim from Elementary in the Mitten, this website called coloringsquared.com. And it has a bunch of different math skills you can look through, and then it has themed coloring or just random animals or just random things. You guys have to check it out, but I have basic subtraction facts, basic addition facts, and then place value. So instead of just having color the number this color, they have to actually use their skill. So I thought this is a great option for centers this year. I had my kids already start these, but this is a may do option this week during rhyme. So I'm just gonna keep these here, and I believe I will probably make this a center because I can't have small group as a center. Don't get me wrong, I will be pulling small groups. However, I can only pull 3 kids at a time, so that's unfortunate. So my centers this year, if I ever get around to them, which, oh my goodness, like I think I won't be able to start them truly the way I like to until January. I feel like it's just going to be a right now, like when you're done with this is the next activity you can go to, because I don't have time to do it the way I would like to. But my kids are gonna do their independent work first. When they're done with that, I'm going to have them do the task cards around the room. I can also have IXL skills for their Chromebook. What's the other thing? See, the last one was small group, so I needed one more thing. And this coloring is a great way to practice basic facts. I usually also do multiplication bump to practice their multiplication facts as we get into that, but I'll do this first. So they'll play around with it a little bit for the rest of this week, and then next week we'll see if I could start it off. I mean, we do have 2.5 weeks after this week before Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna be hopeful, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna start centers next week. Right now, I'm going to make a cause and effect anchor chart because I haven't made any anchor charts this year, and we're starting that new tomorrow, so I really want to do that. So that's the plan. Okay, so this is what I got going on a little bit. I might cover this part up with sticky notes. I do anchor charts a few different ways, just depending on the lesson. I don't love to give kids the answer. However, that is how this year has been going a lot. It's been a lot less self-discovery and a lot more of me lecturing them just because of the situation we're in. I think I'll probably cover this up because when I introduce cause and effect and then I pull out this anchor chart, I'll have them tell me what they've learned so far, and then I'll pull the sticky notes off so I can reveal the correct definitions here. I put reason and why and result and what happened in different color and different font because those are the questions that we ask. Cause, you ask why. Effect, you ask what happened. Cause is the reason, effect is the result. So I wanted those to stand out. I did leave this big space for signal words. The way I design my anchor charts, I look on Google and I kind of put a bunch of different ideas together. This is the first time that I'm doing this way, but I saw the arrow and then the like excited bubble thing, and I thought that was a really good visual. So that's why I chose to do it that way this year. And then I think I'm gonna leave this blank, and we will add to this together as we learn about cause and effect. And then tonight I'm going to print out some pictures, rain, and then some results. And I think first tomorrow when I'm introducing it, we're going to sort them together as a class. What would be the cause? What would be the effect? What would happen because of this? To really give my kids that visual, and then after we do that, I will put all of that on here. That is the start. I'm really happy I did this. I think I might take my pumpkin text features home tonight and try and grade them because I just want that to be done with, and it'll be one less thing off my table. But other than that, I'm gonna gather my things and I will see y'all tomorrow.